And we have here, please introduce yourself and your network.
Good morning, Secretary Pusi and Cabsec Matibag. I'm Celerina Monte from NHK, Japan Broadcasting Corporation. Sir, this endorsement of Mr. Bongbong Marcos as the PDP's presidential bet, would it be tantamount also to the endorsement of President Rodrigo Duterte?
Well, the party, follow the majority's decision. No, we are a party man kami. So it's best that that question is answered by the office of President Duterte.
So it's not safe to assume yet. So we have to wait first for the official statement of the President himself. Is it right?
Nakita naman ninyo kung ano nakapirma rito sa resolution, no? The President is now so focused in addressing the concerns of the country. Sabi naman niya, talagang trabaho siya hanggang the last day of his office, no? And pinababayaan na namin siya, nakatutok siya sa mga trabaho. In due time, he will speak as Mayor Duterte.
PDP earlier announced that the President will be joining the proclamation rally on March 25, and he will be endorsing the candidates of PDP Laban. So will the President push through with that schedule? Will he be joining the proclamation rally and endorse the presidential as well as the senatorial and vice presidential candidates?
Well, ganito yan. No? Since we made already our announcement, we will move as a campaign as a party, no? And carrying the candidates that we believe will be able to push for the program, that we have lined up. Ngayon, kung sasama si Pangulo, I'm sure his schedule permitting, he will be there.
Any more questions? Okay, we have Ms. Amor Santos from CNN Philippines.
Yes, hello. Good morning po. Granted, sir, that you said nga na sa Office of the President na po kami magtanong if President Duterte will be endorsing Bongbong Marcos also. But sir, ito po bang resolution that was signed, will this be recommended to President Duterte, yung endorsement ni Bongbong Marcos? Paano po ba yung ang process po nun, sir?
Ang process kasi nito ganito. Noong 2021, nagkaroon na kami ng National Assembly, National Convention, and dumaan na ito sa proseso. No? When we made our announcement of the choice of Mayor Inday Sara, that went through the process. Now we are here. Ganon din po yun, dumaan din po sa proseso ito. Meron po tayong party protocols, party procedures that we follow. No, and everybody is consulted and have given their position. Kaya nandito tayo ngayon, nag-decide ng partido, ito yung ini-endorse namin. No? Now, kung yung mga particular questions pertaining to, let's say, the office of the President or Mayor Duterte, it's best that it's addressed to him.
But it's safe to say, sir, that this is the party, specifically the National Executive Committee's recommendation to President Duterte.
It is the National Executive Committee, our NEC office. Ito yung aming decision. No? It's not just a recommendation, it is a decision of the party.
Sir, dun po sa National Executive Committee, was this a unanimous decision po? Was this a unanimous decision po? Lahat po ba ng members ng NEC ay nag-agree to support Bongbong Marcos?
Well, based on the signatures, the resolution, the signatures that we have is a unanimous decision. Except for one, no? That who has already, except for one who has declared his support for another candidate.
Si Governor Ben Evardone po yun. Sir, maybe Sec. John Matibag or si Ma'am Astra po can answer as PDP Laban members. Okay lang po ba yun, sir, that some of the members, official pa po si Governor Evardone ay i-endorse yung ibang candidate. For example nga po, si VP Lenny po yung ine-endorse ni Governor Everdoni.
In fact, it's not just Governor Everdone. One of our candidates, senatorial candidate, is that is supporting ISCO. No? And kanina sinabi ko na rin na ang ating kwan is participative, democratic participative principles natin. No? So everybody, ang members are empowered. So ngayon, one of our governor decided to support another candidate, kanya yon. That's not a party's decision. And this is a party decision. Itong sinabi namin ngayon, this is a party decision, no? That went through the process. Okay? So, nagkaroon tayo nito, may mga consultation meetings kami dito.
Sir, last question na po for me. Meron po kasing statement si Senator Coco Pimentel. Kanina po, basahin ko na lang po and then I will get your reaction po sana, sir. Sabi po ni Senator Pimentel, with this latest action from Secretary Cusi and his cohorts, they have manifested that they are total strangers to PDP Laban. They don't even acknowledge that PDP Laban was established to oppose the Marcos dictatorship. May I get your comment on that, sir? Last question, thank you po.
Yes, yung bagay na yan, una, he is entitled to his opinion and he has been opposed to us. So, what do we expect? What do we expect? No. And with that, hindi na natin papatulan yan. We are moving forward kasi pagka lagi yung the past ang aming inisip at we live by the past, no? Ay walang mangyayari sa atin. Kung bulok tayo noon, hanggang ngayon, bulok pa rin tayo. Siyempre, kailangan naman umusad tayo.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good morning po, Mongo Alves from TV5. Sir Cusi, clarification lang po sa binanggit niyo po kanina. No? You've mentioned this is a party's endorsement. However, there are some members or officials of the party has their own, no, na kung gusto nilang mag-endorso ng iba. So does it mean that they can go on their own way, yung mga party members po natin? Just a clarificatory question lang po.
Well, if they will abandon the party principles, if they abandon the party, that's their free choice. No, hindi naman natin pinipilit ang na mag-PDP sila. If they're opposed to us, no, wala tayong mabutan po. Yes,
in fairness to them, they made the decision before the party made a decision.
oh, yeah. Tama yun. They decided it for themselves. Hindi kami ang nagdesisyon nun. Desisyon nila yun.
Tsaka bago nagdesisyon ng partido.
Current status po ng mga, so they decided before this endorsement, pero how's their status po with the party? Given this kind of endorsement that you've...
Well, hindi pa tayo umaabot doon. We have a process for that. No? The membership committee will have to we'll have to study the position.
Magdagdag lang ko, no, as membership committee chairperson of PDP Laban, lagi naman nasa konstitusyon namin, no, yung consultative and participatory democracy. And whatever the majority of the members of the party have decided, it is that position that the party will take. Ngayon, as far as the responsibilities of the party members, nakalahad din po yon sa aming konstitusyon that every party member should support the party stand. So, regarding their membership, that will be subjected also to a discussion. Pero lahat naman kasi entitled to his personal opinion for as long as they will support the party stand. So, yung kanilang personal na pamamahayag, irerespeto yon ng ating partido.
Gusto ko sundan yung sinabi kasi ni candidate Sal Panelo, no? Sabi nga niya, they decided before even the party have decided. So siguro bantayan na lang natin. Kasi noon, siyempre mga members, we don't have a presidential candidate. They might be aligning themselves sa local politics kasi they might be aligning themselves to they see na align sa kanila. So ngayon, the party has decided what we have to do, what we have to watch, yung bantayan natin, ano ba yung magiging position nila.
Paano po yung magiging case ngayon, sir, ni former Secretary John Castreciones?
Well, ganyan din yun, kasi nauna man siya nag-decide. So, ngayon, na nag-desisyon ang partido, ano magiging stand niya?
So mag-uusap pa po kayo
Well,
with
we
him?
have to hear them out.
Opo. Sir, i-segue ko na po, last question po on my end lang. Regarding po the senatorial slate po ng PDP Laban. 2019, 4 out of 5, pumasok po ang sa mabago ko to. Ito pong Lucky 7, how confident are you na kaya niyo po itong palusutin? Given the numbers po sa survey, mukhang isa lang po yung lumulusot so far.
Well, ang election is still May 9, no? And we are confident that with the effort na gagawin ng PDP, the team, sabi nga natin, sa pagsama-sama natin, tutulungan natin sila, hindi itong aming 7 na candidates magkawagi tayo. Sige, siyempre, ganun naman lagi ang ating we have to think positive. Isipin natin, hindi naman tayo lumalaban para matalo. Lumalaban tayo para manalo.
Let me just add something. As I said earlier, the people decided prior to the party decision on the basis of what they perceived to be, at that time, the correct move. Since the party has made a decision, now it's for them, let us give them a chance, whether they will reconsider or not. In fairness to them. Kasi baka iba ang kalakaran ngayon dun sa pagdesisyon niya noon.
Good morning po. Sir, I'm Laila Salaveria from Inquirer. Sir, a few months ago po, the President described Bongbong Marcos as a weak leader, a spoiled child, and somebody with baggage. Sir, was this taken into consideration when the party made its decision to endorse Marcos?
Yun ang sinabi namin kanina, na ang partido, naglabas kami ng 11-point agenda namin. Yung pursuing for sustainability, the continuity of the programs that yung sinumulan ni Pangulong Duterte. And based on that, nag-process kami. How can this be achieved? Sino magtutulak nito? Among all those candidates na nandyan, presidential. Nauna na naman yung Vice Presidente. Ngayon ito ang sa pagkapangulo. So yun ang namin. Nagproseso tayo.
But sir, during your decision-making process, nagkaroon po ba ng consultation with the President? Did you consider his sentiments about the candidates?
Well, matagal kaming nagkakausap dyan, kung ba sa paano ang gagawin namin hanggang makarating kami rito sa desisyon namin. Siyempre, hindi siya being our chairman, kailangan naman sinasabi namin yan. Katulad dito, pagkatapos itong meeting na ito, gagawa ako ng report sa kanya kung ano ang nangyari dito sa meeting at itong mga questions sa pinag-uusapan natin.
Last na po, do you expect him to support your decision to endorse the candidacy of Bongbong Marcos?
Siyempre, kailangan lagi namin ang suporta ng ating chairman, ng Pangulong Mayor Duterte. Hindi naman tayo gagawa ng desisyon na magiging lihis sa pananaw din ng ating chairman.
Tek lang, Miss, ako, kasama rin ako sa unit team dahil pinili din ako ni Bongbong Marcos. Only Bongbong Marcos expressed the desire to continue with the program of PRRD. Nobody else. Kayo, siguro, sinusubaybayan din ninyo yung mga pronouncements ng mga iba't ibang kumakandidato bilang Pangulo. Wala isa man lang sa kanila ang nagsabi na ipagpapatuloy ang legacy ni President Duterte. Si BBM lang ang gumawa noon. And that is a very material factor that maybe considered by the PDP Laban. Kahit hindi ako member ng PDP Laban, pero yun ay isang material at mabigat na factor. Kasi ang aming tinutungtungan ngayon ay 11-point agenda. Kaya kami nandito ngayon because we need to pursue and continue with that legacy. Kung ang Pangulo namin ay hindi naman gagawin yon, saan kami pupunta? I think that is the best material evidence why the PDP Laban is supporting BBM. Thank you.
And the reason why yan ang posisyon, sapagkat kung mapapansin nyo, yung apat na kandidato, hindi po pwedeng itutuloy yung pagbabago. Because ayaw nga nila yung mga ginawa ni Presidente Duterte. They've been attacking him, criticizing him on all the programs of government that he initiated. Kaya talagang hindi pa pwede. Si Bongbong, pinupuri niya nga at he committed himself to continue with the reforms started by the President. So necessarily, all supporters of the President will logically gravitate to Bongbong Marcos because he will continue the reforms initiated by the President. And it will be unsurprising if even the President support this eventually.
Hi, Sir. Mab Gonzalez from GMA. Sir, you mentioned na isa dun sa mga main factors kung bakit din natin napili si former Senator Marcos is because he's aligned with the programs of the President. Sir, si Mayor Isko Moreno, sorry, mabanggit ko lang po, si Mayor Isko Moreno has repeatedly said that he also supports the programs of the President and he intends to continue them. Ano po yung naging deciding factor why we lean towards endorsing former Senator Marcos?
I think yung sinabi ni Senator Sal Panelo is very encompassing kung bakit. Siya yung talagang napakalapit, sinasabi, itutuloy talaga. Categorically, walang not wavering, sinasabi na. Very consistent.
Sir?
Yung pagsasabi naman ni Isko Moreno, galing lang sa ilong yun.
Kumbaga, afterthought.
Let me add, no? Other than that, no? Siguro naman po, may dadagdag lang ako bukod dun sa mga sinabi, no? Kasi bukod dun sa pag-continue, if you observe the behavior of former Senator BBM, we know that everybody was criticized by the President, di ba? Even BBM. But it's only BBM na wala siyang sinabi, walang masamang sinabi kay Pangulong Duterte. In fact, pagkatapos ng mga nasabi sa kanya, he's still willingly saying na itutuloy ko kung ano yung sinimula ni Pangulo. And that shows character of a candidate, which also spells the difference why BBM is now the candidate of PDP Laban.
Sir, has BBM officially accepted your endorsement? Ano po yung sinabi niya nung, have you talked to him na kayo na nga po yung formally i-endorso ng PDP Laban?
Well, siyempre, nag-endorse kami and mas mabuti kung si BBM na ang magsagot ng tanong ninyo. Let's see what he has to say.
Sir, last na lang po from my end. It has been pretty difficult in the past na yung ruling party manalo ulit sa pagka-presidente. How confident are you that with your endorsement and with the possible endorsement also of the President na manalo po si former Senator Marcos as President?
Well, kung how confident, very confident. Siyempre, naniniwala kami na ang ating mga kababayan, ang mga Pilipino, believes in the program that has been started by the President, by President Duterte, and BBM will continue it. So, naniniwala kami na susuportahan tayo ng mga mamamayan.
Magdagdag lang ako, Sek, ha. As membership committee chairperson, isa sa mga task na binigay ni Secretary Cusi sa akin, yung umikot ako, even before pa nito, no, ay tanungin lahat ng mga kapartido. And yun na nga, it has been an overwhelming support from the majority of our 6,592 candidates na BBM ang susuportahan. And siguro less than 10% ang number of those who will not be susuportahan ng partido. And salamat din sa lahat ng mga kapartido namin sa pagbigay nila ng kanilang point of view at sa kanilang discussions na binigay kung bakit na-come up ng partido itong decision na ito. Officers ang kanilang yung kanilang point of view, yun nga. And that's the best point actually about President Duterte, because he is a listening president and he is a listening chairman of PDP Laban. So, kung ano yung mungkahi ng mga nakakarami ay pinapakinggan niya.
Let me add to what the President survey, trust and approval rating in SWS is more than 70%. Ibig pong sabihin yan, yung pagtitiwala at paniniwala ng sambayanan kay Presidente ay napakataas. Kung nagtitiwala ang mga sambayanan, which means siguro 70% din ng mga botante ang naniniwala at nagtitiwala sa kanya. Pag sinabi niya na si Bongbong Marcos ay ini-endorse niya, ibig sabihin, meron po siyang batayan at naniniwala siya na yun ang tamang desisyon. At yung mga supporters niya na naniniwala sa kanya, dahil nga nagtitiwala sa kanya, magtitiwala rin din po sila sa desisyon ni Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Kaya kumpiyansado kami na ang endorsement niya kay Senador Bongbong Marcos ay napakalakas at gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, sisimentuhin ang tagumpay ng Bongbong at Sara tandem.
All right, last two questions. Any questions from our media friends? Social media, okay. NHK?
Sir, pwede ba another topic? Kay Secretary Cusi, regarding sa energy. Sir, right now, I think there were rollbacks on oil prices. So are we expecting more rollbacks in the coming weeks? And also, sir, sorry, I have to ask this about nuclear energy. The President recently signed an executive order including the nuclear energy on the energy mix in the country. With a few months left, how do you intend to implement it? And how is the study now of the revival of the BNPP?
Well, okay. Revival of BNPP, no? Ang una kailangan maliwanagan natin na yung programang nuclear energy, no? Yun parang ang ibig sabihin natin doon is that hindi yun ang BNPP, no? BNPP is or was designed or constructed as a nuclear power plant, no? Pero dito sa programa natin na include natin ang nuclear into energy mix is not BNPP ang issue, no? We are looking at isama natin ito kasi wala ito sa programa ng ating laws, no? Na isama sa energy mix ang nuclear. Okay? Pagkatapos noon, pag nasama ito, magkakaroon tayo ng legal framework, may adapt na natin ang nuclear, diretso na ito. Hindi ibig sabihin nun, dependent ito doon sa BNPP. No? Whether we are going to revive BNPP is another issue. No? Kasi ang tinisimulan natin ngayon sa ating island provinces, yung mga development, we are 7,100 islands, ang dami natin, yung development ng mga probinsya natin, hindi natin nagagawa dahil nga sa yung ating kakulangan ng enerhiya, no? Now, with the small modular reactor, na ngayon maganda ang teknolohiya, it's safe, may lalagay natin ito sa mga probinsya. So, yun ang itinutulak natin. Yung sinabi kanina ni Congressman Dante Marcoleta na about na pababain natin ang presyo, hindi lang yung pagpapababa ng presyo ang kinuha natin dyan, yung energy security. Okay. Pupunta naman tayo dito sa sinabi mo na question about na oil. No? Ang oil bumaba ngayon, nagkaroon ng rollback, nagpatupad ng rollback ang ating mga oil industry players. Bakit sila nagkaroon ng rollback? Kasi nga bumaba ang presyo sa world market. No? Alam naman ninyo, dependent tayo sa world market as doon lang tayo maangkat. So, nung bumaba yan, nagbaba din ang ating mga industry players. Now, ang question, bakit bumaba? Bumaba yun dahil sa nagkakaroon ng magandang developments, yung talks between Ukraine and Russia. So, sa ganoon, parang nagkaroon ng hope na magkakaroon ng peace. Yung preparasyon ng mga speculation ng pag-angkat ng oil, medyo bumaba ang pressure doon sa presyo. No? So, yun. Pangalawa, dahil bumaba ang projected demand ng China dahil nga nagkaroon sila ng lockdown, no? Because of the spread of COVID. So, yung projected demand nila bumaba din ang demand nila. So, because of that, nagkaroon ng lesser pressure doon sa supply, naging available, bumaba ang presyo. Now, on the question is that, will that continue ang pagpaparollback? Well, we are hoping and praying, no? But, again, last night, I got a news na doon sa Saudi Arabia, yung isang terminal ng oil, no? Na medyo was attacked by the Houthis, no? Yung mga rebelde ng lumalaban sa Saudi at na-damage. No, so how will it affect supply ngayon? So sabi naman ng Aramco, yung supply mapupunuan nila sa pagkuha dun sa current inventory. Now, that remains to be seen whether maapektuhan ang supply, no? So ganun yun, binabantayan natin yon, and kung ano man ang mangyayari sa merkado, papaalam natin sa ating publiko.
Okay. We have one more here, then from the other table.
Excuse me, sir. This is like a coupling question from NHK. Because, I'm coming from Japan, and we experienced the accident in Fukushima. So that's why I ask you like this. But how about the risk of implementing the nuclear energies to this country?
Well, of course, yung risk, pinag-aaralan natin. We also study that, we took that into consideration already also. No? Ano ba ang risk nito? So, just like anything, may risk. No? Whether it is renewable, or the traditional or the conventional power plant, lahat yan may risk. No? But yung the technology, yung sa Japan, the Fukushima, yung technology noon is katulad pa rito ng sa BNPP technology. No? In fact, BNPP is better located, better placed yan. Kasi yung mga sabi nga, mga tidal waves or mga surges, hindi siya tatama dahil mataas ang location. Unlike Fukushima, mababa yun. No? That would not have happened kung nangyari dun sa BNPP. But those again, sabi natin, debatable, theoretical. Pero ngayon, ang technology ng nuclear has greatly improved. And in fact, sinasabi lang, it's safer than any other technology. Kaya ina-adapt natin yung small modular for our country.
Yes, but it's not just a tidal wave, but somehow like Aramco, it could be like a target of the bombing or some, or the target of the terrorist. There's many lists.
We can create all the scenarios. Okay, we can create all scenarios, and of course the critics or the people that are opposed to it can think of the worst. No, but what is really important to us is the energy security of the future of the coming generation. Ngayon, tingnan naman natin kung ganyan din lang. O tingnan ninyo, look at the Ukraine. Binomba yung isang power plant. Nagkaroon ng sunog. But kahit naman gawin mo, bombahin mo kahit na coal plant, kung gano'n, masusunog. But was there any damage because of, wala naman reported. So, ngayon, kung matatakot tayo, pati sa anino natin, wala tayong magagawa. There are risks. And look at Korea. They took nuclear and look at their economy. So, kung sinabayan natin yun, we would have been probably richer than Korea, which we were before. So, and here is a leadership that is willing to make a decision, embark into things that would really improve, no? Thinking. That is the ni Pangulong Duterte, ni Mayor Duterte, that he is really leader. He decides, no? He is very decisive. Kinuha niya kahit na hindi naman tayo makakapag-desisyon na lahat agree. Wala yan. Meron laging opposed to that, no? But a leader makes the decision. And that's what the Pangulo ginawa. No? Katulad din sa ginawa natin ngayon, we are endorsing BBM. Not everybody would like, not everybody would support, but we have to make that decision because we believe that it is for the greater majority.
Ayan, thank you, sir. And I saw a hand raised here kanina.
Thank you po. Good afternoon po. I'm John Garner po from Daily Tribune. Sir, my question would be not only for Secretary Cusi but also for the senatoriables po. With the party's endorsement of Mr. Bongbong Marcos' presidential bid po, how do you think it would affect the candidacies of your senatorial slate po?
Well, because meron silang kandidato, di ba?
Yes po. Yes po.
Well, sa kanila, that's the candidate of their group. We have our own. We will continue, no? We will continue campaigning for our candidates.
For yung mga senatorial aspirants po natin, baka po may answer po sila.
Gaya na sinabi ko kanina, si Presidente is the most effective, biggest endorser. Kung ini-endorse kami ni Presidente at ini-endorse niya na nga, palagay ko yung taong bayan, dahil naniniwala sa kanya at may tiwala sa kanya, lalakas ang aming tsansa na manalo sa halalan.
Next question po. Should we expect po that anytime soon the PDP Laban senatoriables will join the Marcos Duterte rallies po?
Well, hindi siguro gano'n, no? When we are invited, when our senatoriables are invited, we will gladly join because they have their candidates already, right? So, siyempre, in their sorties, kung ni-imbita, katulad po ni candidate Marculeta, candidate Panelo, candidate Robin, no po, soon senators, itong tatlo pa na ito, kiniimbita naman sila, so sasama kami. Ganon din po kami. In our sorties, we have 6, mag-iimbita rin po kami. We endorse already si Senator Loren. Diba? And we are coming with all other endorsement. Si Gringo, kasama rin po namin. No po? And there are others that we will be announcing soon.
Sir, last na po. May previous pronouncement po si President Duterte na ang gusto niya sana na susunod na presidente ay abogado po. Na-consider po ba ito ng party nung...
Well, sabi nga natin, tinanong na sa atin, that is the wish list of the president, no? What are the qualities. Pero hindi ba niyo napansin sa sinabi niyang lahat, wala namang nagkaroon ng isang tao na yun ang possess that qualities, no? Those qualities, no? Sabi niya, abogado, ex-mayor, city mayor, no? Mga gano'n. Tapos ano pa ba ang sinabi niyo?
Ang una niyang sinabi in Davao, dalawa . At yun ang pinaka-primordial . Sabi niya, At the very least, sabi niya, the next president should be compassionate. Pagkatapos, sinabi niya, he or she should be decisive. Tsaka na lang niya sinabi yung maaaring ano, pero hindi naman siya seryoso nun eh. Parang pandagdag na lang. Ang talagang binanggit niya, the leader must be decisive and compassionate. I think we should end up there. Kung nasabi man lang niya, because sabi niya kasi ako abogado, sabi niya. We were there. So, parang optionally siguro, mas mabuti. Pero kung wala naman talaga, sapagkat ang convincing factor na sinabi niya, kailangan decisive and compassionate. Okay.
Thank you po.
And thank you. That will be the last question for today. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga media friends. A big round of applause for our guests who are here. Thank you, Secretary Cusi. Thank you, Kabsec. Senatoriables, mabuhay. For our senatoriables and nandito sa presidential table, lunch will be served. Diyan lang po kayo, sir. And we have this table to go first doon sa ating buffet. Ito muna ang table, wag lahat magsabay-sabay doon para hindi po tayo ma-traffic. And once again, maraming salamat sa ating mga kaibigan sa media for your cooperation and your attendance. Hanggang sa susunod po natin ng mga press briefings. Sana po ay patuloy po kayong sumuporta at dumalo sa aming mga gatherings. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Subscribe